Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Thursday, August 17th, 2023. And today, I want to install the injectors. We're finally starting to close everything up. I mean, we're getting so close. You know, after I install these injectors, the only thing that's really left is the fuel distributor, right? And the lines going to the injectors. And a couple of odds and ends here and there, and that's about it. If you're new to this channel, my name is Tony, and this is TonyLiveTV. And what I've done is I've taken this 1987 560 SL completely apart. Every single nut and bolt, except for the interior and the body. I did not touch those two things. As far as all the frames underneath, the subframes, everything completely taken apart and put all back together. And right now, I took apart the engine, and all that's now been on YouTube, and that's how I started this channel. So if you're not yet a subscriber, make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to be trying to start this car for the very first time live on YouTube. That's the plan anyways. As a matter of fact, I spoke with a couple of friends of mine, and we discussed doing this live show, you know, because I'm going to have multiple cameras. I probably have 10 microphones under the car, behind the car, over the top of the car. Unfortunately, I've never tried a live show on YouTube, so I got to learn that too. I also want to say that, you know, give this video a thumbs up, and if any of my videos have helped you out, maybe saved you a dime here or a dime there, or if you want to just say thanks, click on that thanks button down below. And I was thinking, you know, there's other things that maybe we could do, and maybe the help of donations and things like that, we could just really dive in to the R107. You know, instead of buying a rebuilt power steering box, let's take it apart. Let's put it all back together. You know, this has already taken me almost 2 years. It probably will be very close to 2 years since I started the engine project. That's the reason why I didn't take those little things apart, like the power steering gearbox. I didn't take that apart, and they're quite expensive. I didn't have the time. You know, this would have taken me 5 years to build, you know, and you guys would have been sick of me. You probably already are sick of me. But I thought, you know, after that, maybe we should dive into the intricacies, you know. I'm definitely going to be doing flow tests and things like that and changing the injectors. That's the whole idea. I want to keep this channel going. I want to maybe get out there and start meeting some people with the R107s, get into their workshops. You know, what are they doing? I think that's what it's all about. Maybe we're going to discover some things, you know, just like those little copper washers on the exhaust manifold, right? I mean, who knew? Not even the SL shop knew. That's the whole idea behind this channel, and the best way to support me is by, of course, subscribing, you know, and sharing it with your other R107 buddies. This is everything that makes up the injector and the tools that you're going to need to complete the job. You're going to need a ratchet, an extension, a 5mm hex, your injector. This is your seal. It comes in 2 pieces, and then your insulating nozzle. And your nozzle also comes with an O-ring. As a matter of fact, here are the part numbers for everything. So you can see this is a kit, and this also comes as a kit. Now up here, you notice I have all these blanks right there, right? And that's because the original number refers to a newer number, which results into screws that don't look like this. All these retainer screws have a washer, and that washer is built onto it. You know, it doesn't come off, right? It's all one piece, so I didn't want to just put that up there. I think you just go to your hardware store, since they don't really have this. You can find an aftermarket, obviously, that will look virtually identical. So if that's what you want to do, all mine are fine, so that's all I need. In addition to all of this, I'm also going to use petroleum jelly, and that will be used, you know, on my surfaces. Like I'll put a little bit onto this, my O-ring here, which will go onto here. These are the old pieces. The only new part here is this injector, which I'm actually not going to use. I'm going to use the old injectors. You can see my video on that, on testing the CIS injectors. So the way that this goes, you can see that it's got a couple of different little ridges on there. And then this fits right in there, just like that. Put a little bit of petroleum jelly on that one side. And then this one here has a little ridge as well that the O-ring will pop up over. Put a little petroleum jelly or whatever lubricant you choose and roll that up. Give it a couple of twists, and then you're ready. So this is an old one. Now I'm going to go ahead and get all these new ones and put them together. You can see it's quite dirty, and that's the way it came out of the bag. But I'd say these have to be cleaned before I assemble them. So I verified this, made sure that everything was in good shape. Now I'm going to put some petroleum jelly right on the O-ring there. Now the only thing I have to remove is the plugs. I've already made sure that everything's clean. I brake cleaned all that. And all I'm going to do is drop this right in here like this. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just use that thing that came out of there and just put it in the top there and see if I can push it down. Do you hear it seat? This actually works pretty good. Fills that hole really nice and gives it a cushion so you don't break it. See it? Just a little bit of petroleum jelly on there. You may have to turn your injector just a bit to line up your marks. That's looking good. And that's it. I don't think you need to crank on that or anything. It's just a retainer clip. I just, hand tightened it. Next, I have these little covers that go on top of caulking guns. I think it'll protect this. The clip's on, it's tight, it's lined up, everything's ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these installed, and then I will take a look at everything. This is number 1. Hear that snap in there? Nice. I think the best thing to do is get this on here first and slide that up there like that. And then put this in. It just goes in better. You can make sure that, nothing got messed up. And then just push that in. Just like that. There we go. Well, I've got all the injectors in, both sides, and I'm happy with it. Everything went real smoothly. You got a nice pop with every one of these that we put in. So on the next video, what I'm going to end up doing is putting on this fuel distributor and the lines going to the injectors. At least that's the plan. So, it's really hot here. I'm sweating like crazy, you guys. I'm hoping it cools down. I think this weekend is supposed to cool down, but right now it's super, super hot. That's how I installed the injectors. May not be the way that you install it, but that's how I installed it. Thanks again for watching.